Hi, everyone. This is Rockin for God with Lisa Marie Nicole. Today is Sunday, the 21st of September, and I hope everybody is having a super blessed day. And I have a great show coming up for you guys today. I just want to say a couple of things real quick. Rockin for God podcast is sponsored by the Four Persons and Lisa Marie Nicole Music. Also, I have some exciting news. My new blues Christian rock song, Jesus Infinite Love, will be released on this Tuesday, and it will be available on all streaming sites and my website. And my new album is out with 15 of my best songs on it, Rockin' for God. Actually, I called it Rockin' for God, but it's Christian Rock Songs by Lisa Marie Nicole. And my new song, Jesus Infinite Love and Resurrection of Life, are both on this. You can get this only on my website. It's exclusive to lisamarinicole.com. So if you want this, you can get it on my website. And I hope everybody is having a blessed weekend. I stick around for the end of the show. I have this week's dogs from Open Hands Animal Rescue I will talk about. So I'll be right back.
I know you care, God. Sometimes I feel alone, even when I'm not. All the troubles in the world, I think.
Hey everyone, I'm back. I just want to mention real quick, don't forget my 2-year anniversary special will be coming up on the 5th of October, and that will be from 4 to 7 p.m. It's going to be a 3-hour show. I have returning guests from a year and 2 years ago that will be on. So don't forget that show. I'm going to talk about that later on. So let's bring my guest on. She's a good friend of mine. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Hey, Ann. How are you?
Hi, Lisa Marie. Great to be here.
Can you just tell everyone where you're from and who you are?
Yes, Dr. Ann DeSantis. I'm from the suburbs of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I am the executive director for a Catholic nonprofit, the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation for Freedom, Family, and Faith, where we make free pastoral outreach to families in crisis. I'm also a Catholic author and speaker, wife, mom, and grandmom.
You do a lot of things. Did you say you were a podcast host also?
And I'm a podcast host too. Yes.
What about
Journeys in
that?
Faith with Ann DeSantis. That's right.
Yes. Well, I don't forget that because I was on your show. And that's why I had to have you on my show because you have so much great things to talk about. So I'm going to start out with, I know you're Catholic. Are you a cradle Catholic or you convert, or how did that come about?
I am a cradle Catholic, baptized when I was just probably a couple months old, and have been practicing all my life.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you have been. And so I know you're an author now. Have you been writing your whole life also, or did you start writing like?
Oh, no.
No?
No, I haven't been writing all my life. I mean, I've always liked to write, and I really got serious about writing in 2021 when I wrote my first book. It was called Love and Care for the Marginalized, which is on my website, andesantis.com. I also got involved in writing when I got my master's in theology in 2021. I had to do a lot of writing for that. And I guess that's when that journey all began.
Was that during COVID that you did that?
It was. I graduated in 2021. So yes, it was during COVID. And even if I wanted to go to graduation, I wasn't able to because that wasn't at a time where we were able to go in person for the graduation.
So what is that book about?
The Love and Care for the Marginalized, my first book, that was a 40-day journey that I took every day. For those 40 days, there was a quote, a Catholic quote, a reflection, a activity, like a call to action, something that you can do, and then a prayer too. And I wrote that, it was right around the time of the pandemic, trying to make outreach to those people who were feeling kind of isolated. So that's where that was born.
Yeah, that's great. I understand that because I did the same thing with my music. I think a lot of people and no matter what they were doing and what industry or what ministries they had, everybody was trying to help, to be out there and get out there and help people out there that was suffering from everything, and to try to show them that, this isn't forever, and things are going to get better. And did you write anything? Did you do anything during COVID, like write anything for it to get through that?
Well, like I said, I think that book was the primary thing that I did during COVID, because I started writing it in 2021,
Oh, okay.
and then it was published in I started writing it in 2020, excuse me, and then it was published in 2021. And during that time, like right after I wrote that first book, I had quite a few like online presentations, because there wasn't as much going on in person. So
Yeah.
instead of doing the speaking engagements in person, I did a whole bunch of online, either whether it be podcast or, Zoom sessions and things like that.
I think I started this in back then. I think everybody did. I think most people I know started podcasts in like 2020, 21, because they
I
wanted to
agree.
reach everybody. And that was the best way to do it, is taking advantage of social media and, and use it that way. But that's great. That's great that you did that.
Thank you so much.
I know that, staying on the books right now, I know that you had contacted me to share my story in your recent book, right? Journeys in Faith. I have that right here.
Yeah, me too. Here it is.
This is her book, Journeys in Faith, and I am right in here. I'm in the back. And also, if you watched my show last week with Ed Soja, he's in here also. So she has both of us in here. So what? This is her podcast. So talk about this book a little bit. Tell everybody how you wrote this.
Oh, thank you. So just to give you a little bit of background, is that in about 2018, I was invited to host my own show. It was not a podcast. It was actually at a TV station in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, where it was called The Positive Side, and it was an in-person podcast. And I did that for a couple of years, but it abruptly ended right during the pandemic, like right before the pandemic started. I'm living in Pennsylvania, and it was during a time when you weren't supposed to be traveling like over state lines.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of abruptly ended my doing that show, and I really missed it. I wanted to continue, but what I decided to do was do something from home. So 2 podcasts were born during that time. I also do one with a friend of mine. His name is Bill Snyder, and he is a Catholic author, and he's the liaison for the Catholic Charismatic Renewal in Milwaukee. And he and I started a podcast in 2020 called Sowing Hope. And it's still going on. It's been a little less busy recently because Bill's been busy. So that was the one podcast that started. And then in May of 2020, I wanted to do something that was similar to what I used to do when I did The Positive Side. And so Bill, my friend, the one I told you that I do the Sowing Hope with, he had the idea that maybe he could help me produce my own podcast. And so I've been doing this one since May of 2020. It's going into its 6th season.
Wow.
And what it is, it's a show where I interview people about their faith journey. And so I think I've interviewed for this one, we're up to almost 180 shows.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's been great. I mean, I've interviewed so many great people like yourself, people like Ed, a lot of other people doing great things to help make the world a better place, whether it be an author, speaker, a musician, nonprofit leader, a lot of others. And so after I finished with my doctorate, I just got my doctorate in theology this past October. And thank you so much. One of the theologians that was on the team for my doctoral defense, Dr. Sebastian Mahfoud, he said to me, you should write a book about your podcast, because he had published my dissertation.
Oh, wow.
And so he said, why don't you take some of the best programs that you did? I mean, it was hard to pick out of 180, right? But you were one of them, Lisa.
I feel so honored.
Yeah. And so what I did was I took 12 of them, and then my own stories in here too. And they're just short stories about some of my guests, And the actual podcast, it's like a synopsis of the podcast that they did with me. It's a basically like a half hour to 45-minute show, and it's great because it really highlights the faith journeys of the people that I interviewed, and I'm just so grateful to you that you agreed to be part of the book and you agreed to actually be on the show.
Oh, I was honored when you asked me to be in the book. I was like, that's incredible, and I feel so honored that also that I'm one of those 180 people you said,
Yep,
180,
at
170.
180 almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, and you had some great stories in that book. I mean, I read them all, and some of those I don't remember seeing a lot of these podcasts. I have to go back and watch them. All these podcasts are on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I
If
have a
anybody
YouTube channel. It's just my name, and DeSantis. So
wants.
check it out. Yep. And I have actually all of the videos from the other podcasts that I used to be on too. The positive side, they're also on there. So it's kind of a compilation of a bunch of different things on that on the YouTube channel, in addition to the Journeys in Faith.
That's good. I was going to ask you. Next question was why did you start the podcast? But that's you
Yeah,
explained that already.
yeah.
So, but it, a lot of people. There's so many people today that have podcasts out, and you know, I believe that the podcast industry is there's so many people right now that have these out there, but you know what, we can all help each other because I've had people send me guests and I've sent them guests, and we all talk about different things. Even the Christian, we all have different audiences, so it's really good that I think we have more of the Christian podcasts out there because that gives people more outlets to come out there and to speak about their faith, because a lot of people don't do that. And not that there's anything wrong with other podcasts, but I strictly just want to do this, and I try to concentrate on the music mostly, but I've got into authors too because now I'm an author, so it's I like to get into authors and speak to them also, and so it's good what you're doing. It's a great thing, and that's a great book. Everybody should get this book. It's called Journeys in Faith, and we'll talk about that later, where everybody can get your stuff. Um, so I want to get a little bit into your personal life now, a little bit. So where was there a time in your life when you felt like you needed God the most, and you were struggling with something, and you really needed Him?
Oh, well, thank you. So I did say at the beginning of the podcast that I was baptized Catholic, been practicing my whole life, but there's definitely been ups and downs. I was away from my faith for quite a bit during certain pockets of my life, especially when I was younger. When I was 34 years old, my husband and I have been married now for 36 years. I was 34 years old. I had just had my second child, and it was late 90s. The year was 1999. And I had my second daughter. I had a wonderful childbirth, but then a couple months after she was born, I started having some health issues. I was having problems breathing. I was dizzy. I was short of breath. I went to the doctor and I told my doctor how I was feeling. She didn't know what it was exactly. She thought it was asthma, but the medicine that she gave me wasn't working. I went home. I was still feeling the same way. I came back to the doctor again. I told her that I didn't think it was asthma. She gave me some more tests and sent me to the hospital. I went to the hospital to get an echocardiogram, and the person that was testing me, I could tell that something was wrong. When I got home from the hospital, the phone rang, and I was told by my general practitioner that they wanted me to go to see a cardiologist. So I went to see this cardiologist with my husband. I had a 2-year-old daughter and also a baby at the time. I walked into the office and the doctor said to me, he said, "Put the baby down. There's no easy way to say this." And I said, "Well, what's wrong?" He said, "You have a rare disease. It's called peripartum cardiomyopathy." And I found out that what it is that it's congestive heart failure that affects a woman about 2 months after delivery.
Wow.
I found out that it's either 4 to 10,000 women who are affected a year. It's a very rare disease. So if somebody's watching this and feeling a little fearful that maybe it's something they could get, it's not something that, it's extremely rare.
Wow.
And so I said, "Well, how did I get this?" And they're not real sure. It's one of those diseases that has like a big question mark.
Mm.
It could be something like an autoimmune disease or from a heart virus. So I was just very devastated. I called my mom, and my mom told me to call my church. I was really upset. At the time, my mother was not really very much practicing her faith as well, but she gave me very wise advice. I called the church. The priest said, I'll be over in 15 minutes. He came over. He gave me confession. I hadn't been to confession in a few years. And he also gave me the sacrament of the sick. When he gave me the sacrament of the sick, I didn't know that much about it at the time. I mean, I had heard of last rites. Right now, I mean, you introduced me as Dr. Ann DeSantis. Back then, I mean, I was nowhere near the education level that I have about the sacraments. So I didn't know that it was something that you could get, even if you weren't really like literally dying. People can get
Yeah.
that sacrament of the sick, even if you
Mhm.
are, in danger of death, but maybe not on your deathbed. And so he gave it to me. And 2 weeks later, I went back to the doctor's office or back to the hospital to get the test. And as I was at the hospital, same technician was there. A tear was welling up in her eye. And I said, what's going on? And she said, don't quote me, but things are looking really good. I got
Wow.
home, the phone rang, literally almost like when I walked in the house. And the doctor and the technician were on the phone on speakerphone. And they were telling me that it looked like almost like what they could deem as a miracle, because the left ventricle had actually gone back down to its normal size.
Wow.
That's right. And I was just,
That's God.
oh, it was God. I mean, from that point on, I just said to the Lord, my life is yours. I mean, I wanted to live for my kids. That was the most important thing to me. Of course, I mean, I'm married. Of course, I want to live for my husband too, but it was really all about the kids and being able to be a mom to them, right? When you have these two little ones and wanting to be able to be a mom to them for the rest of their lives and not, and not have them lacking a mother, right? And so it was a real miracle, and my faith came alive at that point. And then since then I've had some other things. We all have struggles, right? Struggles don't go away.
Mm-hmm.
So there's other stories that I tell. I'm also a Catholic speaker too, and I give talks, in different places in the country. I just got back from Chicago and did a couple talks there, and in some of my talks, I talk about other struggles that I have. But all I'll tell you is this: I mean, the Lord came into my life in a big way, and even with those struggles, it has helped me to be able to put God first in my life, knowing that no matter what, He's there. I trust Him. I was on death's door. I mean, it was really one of the most terrible diagnoses you can get, especially for someone who's so young.
Yeah.
Congestive heart failure, but being cured from it. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not grateful, and just great to be here for my family, but just to do God's will every day. So
That
that's
is great.
really how I came into a deeper faith.
That, and also you just, how many months did you have the baby?
Well, the baby was 2 months old at the time. Now I was cured from it, but I was a whole year of healing. So I had to have full-time help. I was only allowed to go up and down the stairs once a day. I wasn't allowed to empty the dishwasher. I wasn't allowed to clean. I had
Wow.
to get, yearly checks for my heart. I'm 60 now. That happened when I was 34. And to this day, I mean, my heart's been fine. My health's been fine. So I really look at it as a miracle. But it wasn't just a miracle of my health. I mean, it was really a miracle of my faith.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a lot of other, struggles growing up. My parents divorced when I was 7. It was a pretty bad divorce. It was a difficult. I'm the oldest of 5. So, I've had my ups and downs in life, but God's come into my life in a big way, and I just want to give back. I know what that's like, Lisa Marie. I
Yes.
want to give back.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into my story again, but it's in your book.
That's right.
You know what I went through. You know what I go through now, and
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, I believe that He allows things to happen to us to bring us closer to Him. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think He makes things happen. He allows them to happen. And, and then I just blessings, like I said before, with obedience come blessings. And I honestly believe that. And yes, I believe that I am blessed also with what I do. And you're exactly what this show is about. I mean, I ask people to come on here and talk about their testimonies as to how God has helped them in their life with anything, with struggles, with anything, helped them with their careers, and it's great to hear that. And by the way, you don't look anywhere near 60.
Thank you.
You
Thank
look
you
great
so
for
much.
your age.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And well, we got a lot of people on here now. John from the Poor Persons wants to know who your favorite top saints are. Top 5 saints.
Oh, top 5. Okay. Well, first has to be Our Lady, right? The Blessed Mother. I
Oh,
don't know what I'd do without Our Lady. So that's my first favorite saint. Um, I would say Saint Joseph. I pray to Saint Joseph all the time for my family, for other
mhm.
people that I know. He's a great protector. I love Saint Joseph. I am also a big fan of one of our new saints, Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati. I
Yeah.
was praying for him to be canonized. His feast day is July 4th. He's also a big saint for the marginalized too. And as I mentioned, I wrote the book Love and Care for the Marginalized. So I
Hmm.
really love Saint Pier Giorgio Frassati. And also, I have to say Saint Carlo Acutis. I mean, he's that another brand new saint, September 7th, right? The new
Hmm.
millennial saint. I have 2 daughters that are that age. I mean, a little bit younger than him, but I mean, he's a wonderful role model, and he's the saint of the internet too, right? So
Yeah.
I have a lot more than 5 favorite saints, but these are the ones that are coming to mind. I would
Good.
say also I have to mention Saint Raymond Nonatus because I'm a Mercedarian. In fact, I'm the executive director for the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, yeah. So I have to mention the Mercedarian saints. I'm a third order Mercedarian as well. St. Raymond Nonatus is the patron saint of families in crisis, of
Hmm.
expectant mothers, of babies in the womb, and also those who are falsely accused. I've been with this organization for 8 years where we make pastoral outreach to a lot of people in the United States who come to us looking to speak to a priest. That's what we do. We offer free priestly consultations, either online or in person.
Wow.
And so there's some of my favorite saints. I have a lot more than those 5, but I'll just give you those 5 that came to mind.
Well, I was going to ask you about the Nonatus Institute. You're up there, right? What are you, like the executive or something in there?
Yeah, I'm the executive director. I've been with them for 8 years, and we've been around for 10. In fact, we were born in 2015. Everybody who's watching might remember when Pope Francis came to the United States, and he came to Philadelphia, where I live,
Hmm.
for the World Meeting of Families. I'm sure a lot of people remember
Yeah.
that. He did the Mass on the Parkway here in Philadelphia. And after that, right after that, our priest, the Mercedarian brothers and priests came together and they said, we want to do something to help families in crisis. We want to do something to make outreach to them. And that's when this foundation was born. And so I've been with them for 8 of those 10 years. And it's an honor to meet and to be able to help all these people, not only in the United States, but even beyond, who have
Wow.
all kinds of issues. It could be something to do with a relationship crisis, maybe a divorce, a separation, maybe a job loss, health crisis, loss of a loved one. There's so many things that people go through, and that's what we do. We try to help as many people as we can.
That's great. That's a great. So he founded this? You said.
Well, the Mercedarian priests and brothers. In fact, if anybody's watching this that wants to learn about them, their website is orderofmercy.org. Of course, there's vocations there too.
Order of Mercy.
Orderofmercy.org.
Okay.
Yes. And the Mercedarians are in 4 states in the United States. We're headquartered in Philadelphia. We're also in Western New York. We are in Florida and St. Petersburg area.
Huh.
And we are in Cleveland and Columbus, Ohio as well. But we have a national presence online. People can also send in their prayer intentions. They can send in confidential prayer intentions. Our
Wow.
website is nonatus.org. I'll just spell it in case
Go ahead.
somebody wants to go and check it out. It's NONNATUS.org. And just go to the website and learn about what we do.
Okay, I'll write that down also. I'll put it in the
Thank
comments.
you.
So this could be for anyone that is struggling with one of the issues that you said or anything, and they
Oh,
could contact you.
that's right. That's right. Any of those issues. And
Wow.
even other things that I haven't even mentioned. We even have people that are affected by like some kind of oppression, like evil spirits and things like that too. They reach out to us with questions and want to talk to a priest about what they're going through.
Do they have exorcists there?
Well, the one thing is that we are mostly an online ministry, so we
Oh,
can't do
okay.
anything in person for them unless they're in one of the areas that we live. So, so most of the time, people have online appointments, like through Google Meet or Zoom or something, or a phone call.
And I have never seen an online exorcism.
No, no, you can't find that.
I'm surprised nobody has started that yet.
Right, right.
Zoom, right?
That's right. But at least they can talk to a priest and maybe
Yeah,
get counsel about where to go. They can find out where they can go to get help.
that's great. That's a really great thing that you guys are doing.
Thank
That's
you.
and that's I'm sure you love being involved in that also, right?
Oh, I love it. And I really love meeting these different people from all over the country. We've helped thousands of people at this point over 10 years.
That's great.
So, yeah, we're happy to help whoever's watching and you need help and you want to talk to a priest. Please do reach out to us.
That's great. I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to play my song, I Called on Your Name. She chose I Called on Your Name. So this is a quick video clip that I made of my song, and we'll be right back.
Lord, you were there when my life began. You were the only one who could pay for my sins, freeing me from bondage so that death cannot win. I've been washed, I've been sanctified, I've been justified. My loneliness is gone since I called on your name, Jesus. I was lost, now I'm found. You turned my life around. You took away all of the pain and the doubts of yesterday. Will never return since I called on your name, Jesus. I've been redeemed by your precious blood, poured out with water from your side, cleansing me deep of the sins that I hide. I've been washed, I've been sanctified, I've been justified. My loneliness is gone since I called on your name, Jesus. I was lost, now I'm found. You turned my I've been washed, I've been sanctified, I've been justified. My loneliness is gone since I called on your name, Jesus. I was lost, now I'm found. You turned my life around. Took away all of the pain and the doubts of yesterday. Will never return when I call on your name, Jesus. When I am afraid, I'll just call on your name, Jesus.
That was beautiful.
I got to unmute myself. Thank you so much for choosing that song. That's
Oh, it was really
one of
beautiful. I love the
great
video
new
too.
Thanks. Yeah, I made that real quick. I figured I wanted to be in the water somehow, so
That
I
was
made it
great.
that way. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to ask you, what you have any speaking engagements coming up?
Oh, well, thank you. I actually do have one this week. I have one on Wednesday. This is in the Diocese of Wichita, Kansas, and it's
Wow.
their Seasoned Servant Symposium. It's for older adults, senior citizens, where I'm going to be talking about missionary discipleship and also stewardship. And so I'm super excited for that on Wednesday of this week, September 24th. And then I actually have several engagements next month. I'm going to be up in Boston for an event. I don't have all the dates in front of me. I believe that one's October 8th. And that one is for I should have the list in front of me exactly where that's going to be located. I also have some in the Philadelphia area. I have one in end of October, which is going to be for Theology on Tap in my own county, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, for the Theology on Tap. I'm going to be at Queen of Peace Parish. I believe that one's on October 20th to give a talk on my new book, Living Affability, my other new book right here. It's right here.
What, is that out yet?
Yeah. This came out like about 2 months ago.
What's that about?
Yeah, this is a book that's based on my dissertation. My dissertation was entitled The Virtue of Affability and Its Relevance in Modern Evangelization, which is published by En route Publishing. So I wrote like kind of a shorter version of the dissertation. The dissertation's 380 pages. This one is a lot shorter. This one is a 40-day journey. And I did it similar to Love and Care for the Marginalized, where every day there's a quote from either a saint, a pope, a Bible quote, a catechism quote. There's also a reflection, a call to action, and a prayer. And so, yeah, I've been doing a bunch of talks based on this book. And I'll also be at the end of the year at St. John the Baptist Church in Jacksonville, Florida, for their Advent retreat as well. It's the Saturday and Sunday after Thanksgiving. So I'm trying to remember all the talks. I basically have 11 talks from the beginning of September until the end of December. And so I'm kind of in the middle of that right now. I'll be busy in October and November and then get that one last one in December.
Do you have any plans to come to the Central Florida area at all?
Oh, I'd love to. Like I said, I'll be in Jacksonville. Like I said, I know that's not Central Florida.
That's about an hour and 45 minutes from me. What dates are you going to be there?
The date is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, whatever that is. I think it's like the 29th and 30th, I believe.
That's right before Advent. It's the first day of Advent.
Yeah, it's an Advent retreat. Yep.
Oh,
but I would love to come to your area. I mean, if I come to your area, I mean, maybe I can do a couple talks. It would be great. I mean, if anybody's watching who lives near you, I mean, maybe we can arrange to do a few talks while I'm down there. And I would love it. Absolutely love it. Just go to andesantis.com. There's a speaking events page, and I talk about this new book. And then, of course, we have the other one that Lisa Marie Nicole is in, Journeys in Faith book. So, yes, all exciting stuff. Thanks for asking.
Oh, you're welcome. That's what this is about. Just want to don't forget anything that you do, because you do a lot of stuff for the Lord.
Thank
So I
you.
just want to make sure everybody knows. And I just want to ask you a question. When you do your speaking engagements, what is the most important thing that do you feel that you need to get across to people, that you need to tell people or
Yeah.
talk about?
I mean, the one thing was we all have a story. You asked me my conversion story, which is really was kind of just the beginning, right? Of course, the flame was lit when I was baptized back in 1965, right? but
Yeah.
the flame kind of can go down at times because of sin, because of the life,
Life.
right? Because of we said it together, because of life. But I think the main thing is I want to encourage people to share their own stories. So I share my story, but I mean, just because I'm a Catholic author and speaker, I'm just one person. All of you who are watching, you have a story to share as well. And that's a lot of what I try to instill in these talks. Right now, I'm really focusing on this new book, The Living Affability, because affability, what it is, it's the way that we react and interact with people. It's our smile, the way that we engage. It's the love that we share, our kindness. And that's what affability really is. It's our openness, our approachability. And so I'm really trying to teach people about that and how that can make a difference, not only for everyone that we know, but especially because as Catholics, we're called to reach out to the poor and the marginalized. And that's what I'm trying to instill in this book and to teach others how to do that, how we can do that.
That's a great thing. Everybody should get that book.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I want to send you one to Lisa Marie. I think I have your address. So
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a little gift in the mail and send you
Oh,
that
thank
Living
you. And I'm
Affability
going to
book.
send you my new poetry book, because I know you didn't
Oh,
get it yet. And
thank
that
you.
one was released a couple months ago. That's Poetry for the Soul. And also I'm going to I have a couple more questions.
Hmm.
What is, besides the Eucharist, what is the most important thing to you about being a Catholic?
I think the most important thing, other than the Eucharist, is for us to become missionary disciples, all of us, because we all have a job to do for God. And so once we've been given that mission, right, the Eucharist, that, like you said, that is the most important thing. I will say that. To me, that is
Mhm.
what it means to be Catholic. But other than that, it's taking that and taking it seriously, right? Really taking it seriously, that we need to really live out our baptismal call every single day and say yes to Jesus. And you're doing that, Lisa Marie, every day with what you do, the way that you give of yourself, right? You have your music, you're using your gifts and talents, but I know that you're praying. I mean, to me, prayer is the most important activity that we can do.
Mhm.
And we can do that anywhere. I mean, of course, we have places like the Eucharistic adoration where we can go in front of Jesus and pray. But the good news is that because of the Holy Spirit, we can pray everywhere we go, can't we? I mean,
Yes.
we can pray right now. I mean, we can pray on this podcast. So I just think that the yes to the Lord is probably the most important thing, like you said, other than the Eucharist.
And you're right. I mean, you can pray at any time. I mean, I wrote a song about it. Pray about
Hmm.
anything. It's and I pray all day long too. I pray when I'm driving. I pray when I'm eating. I pray, pray before and after you eat. You pray whenever you need help with something, or I pray in my sleep. I mean, I wake up with song lyrics in my head, so I must be doing something.
That's
Just,
right. God
you
is
know,
using you. The Holy Spirit is there very much
You
so in your
also,
daily
you
living.
also,
Thank
and
you.
there's so many other people out there that are like us, that need
Hmm.
to know that they're needed, and they could be doing exactly what we're doing. We're all called to be disciples of Christ. We're all
Hmm.
called to be evangelists, to evangelize. And, and there's so many people that just are afraid to do it.
Yeah,
And, but
I
if you
think so.
trust in the Lord, he says, don't be afraid, right? So if you
Hmm.
trust in him, he'll be there to help you get through it. And
That's right.
it's a great thing. This is a great thing to be doing this for God and to help other people. And what you're doing is incredible. I mean, all of that stuff what you've been through, your story with your heart and all of that, that's an unbelievable testimony of how God works. in
Well,
your
I
life.
appreciate that. And like I said, I mean, I think we all continue to have ups and downs. We can be happy one day and be distressed another day, but our faith is still there. So it doesn't matter if that flame has been brought down a little bit lower. Through prayer, through perseverance, and just through trust in God, we can get through the tough times of life.
And what do you feel like that we need to, maybe all of us, to help the youth more in this country? What do you think we need
I
to do
think the best
more of?
thing we can do to help the youth is to be a good example to them. That's
Mhm.
number one, because for those who are parents or grandparents or even aunts or uncles, or even if you have people that you're mentoring, it doesn't matter whether it's a family member. But I think when they see us being our authentic selves and how much we love God, it has to be us first, right? We have to practice what we preach. So I
Mhm.
think that's the most important thing that we do. I have two kids and I have one grandchild that's just a little baby. She's 14 months old. But I mean, I'm trying to teach her about the Lord even at this age. I mean, pointing to a crucifix, taking her to mass and showing her the Blessed Sacrament, showing her how to, do the sign of the cross. I mean, I think that we can teach them even at the youngest age about their faith.
I love watching parents in church bring their little kids in, and I love watching the kids do that. They go like this, they put their finger in the holy water and they go
Uh-huh.
like this. I think that's so adorable when they do that.
Oh, it
And if
is.
you teach them at that age, hopefully you just got to pray for them along the way, because you know what happens once they get
Mhm.
a certain age and they get to school and everything, and the world is just there's bad influences around them. We just have to keep praying for the children.
We do.
And
That's right. But I think that just being a good example is probably the best thing first. I mean, there's other things we can do, right? But I
yeah,
just think we have to be our authentic selves and let them see us loving our faith and living it.
exactly. And you're doing that. That's a beautiful thing.
Thanks.
Where can everyone follow you? Your websites, your social media, everything. Just put everything out there where everybody can see your podcast too, your
Oh, I
books.
appreciate it. Yep. Well, the best place to learn about me specifically is just to go to andesantis.com. It's ANNEDESANTIS, just like people who are watching see it right there on the screen.com. Now, the other website is the foundation that I represent, which is nonatus.org, NONNATUS.org, for the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation. So for me personally, everything is just under Ann DeSantis. If you go to Instagram, it's DeSantis Ann. I also have a Facebook page under Dr. Ann DeSantis, THD. I'm also on LinkedIn under Ann DeSantis. I have the podcast. It's the Ann DeSantis YouTube channel where you can watch Journeys in Faith with Ann DeSantis. There's also a Facebook page and an Instagram page for that too. If you want to have me come and speak to your church or organization, on my website, there's a speaking events page. Just connect with me there. I'm also with the Catholic Speakers Organization. And also, please follow and like the foundation too, the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation on Facebook, Instagram, and even on LinkedIn. And we're on X too. I'm Ann DeSantis on X, and the St. Raymond Nonatus Foundation too. So thank you so
Wow,
much for asking. And
you're
I should
welcome.
forgot one more thing. The foundation also has a podcast too.
Oh,
Our
do they?
YouTube channel, yeah, it's Philly, like Philadelphia, Philly
Yeah.
Nonatus. And so we have our podcast for families in crisis and people affected by divorce.
Hmm.
We have a lot of followers there too. So just check it out on YouTube.
And I'm right next to you. I'm from Jersey, so
Oh, right. We're next
we're
door
right next
neighbors.
to each other. You're a
That's right.
Philly girl.
I'm a Philly girl.
I knew I liked something about you.
Thank you. You too.
but yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. I mean, it's been a great show. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your faith story, your journey, and like journeys in faith. And I really appreciate it. And maybe we'll get together again soon. Get
Oh, I'd
together.
love to. I'd also love to meet you in person. And I just
Yeah,
thank
me
you so
too.
much for your wonderful work, your great music. I encourage everybody, if people who might know me that might be watching this, because I'm going to send this out on my email blast to please like and subscribe to Lisa Marie Nicole. Buy her music. Tell them, for people who might know me, like, obviously tell them about where they can like and subscribe for you too.
Yeah, well, yeah, if anybody's watching this is everywhere, but if you're watching this on Facebook and YouTube, Lisa M. Nicole on YouTube, all my shows are actually in my playlist on YouTube for my Rocket for God podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on this show, you can contact me on Messenger, or you can email me at lisamarinacole625 at Gmail for any bookings to come on this show. And I'd like to have anybody on that has their faith story they like to tell, like Anne. I like to have authors, anybody in the music industry, even the military, if they would like to come on and talk about their show. But I really thank you so much. By the way, that song, I Called on Your Name, is available on all streaming sites and could also be on my website, lisamarinacole.com. So once again, I want to thank you so much for coming on, and have a blessed rest of your week. And you never know, I might show up at one of your speaking things. So if I do, you know what I look like. So
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to see you. And I'd love
maybe I'll
to come to
surprise you one
Central
day.
Florida.
And
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be great.
I'm going to look at your schedule and see where you're going to be, and I'll see if there's any way I could get to one of them, and I'll surprise you.
Oh, I'd love it. And thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you for watching and listening.
You're welcome. God bless you.
God bless you too.
I'll talk to you soon. Hi, guys. I hope you enjoyed that show. That was a really good show. And just go. She's such a great person, and she does so many great things for God and for the public, for people. So just please follow her. I posted some of the links in the feed. I know you couldn't spell them, so I spelled them out there. And also, you could just follow Ann DeSantis on Facebook and her social media platforms. So, this is the part of the show when I'm going to get into a couple of the dogs that I'm going to be talking about this week. And I have, one second. This week I have a couple of new dogs. I have a dog her name is Sweetie. That's what they named her. She's a 3-year-old mother to, I think there was 8 Rottweiler puppies when they found her. All the puppies are almost up for adoption, but Mama needs a home. So she's 3-year-old, beautiful, sweet girl, and she needs to be with a home. She needs a loving family and a bed to lay on. So if you would like to adopt her, or you would like to have a meet and greet, she's located in Ocala, Florida, and you can go to openhandsanimalrescue.org to learn more information. They're also on Facebook. You can follow O'Hare, Open Hands Animal Rescue, on Facebook also. And that is Sweetie. Then I have Mr. Bean. Bean is a 5-year-old male Rottie. I don't know a lot about him. I know that they have him also for a while, and they've been looking for him to have a home also with Open Hands Animal Rescue. Bella, I talked about last week. She's a smaller Rottie. She's a pocket Rottie, and she's about 70 pounds. She's 5 years old approximately. She needs a home with a fenced-in yard, no small dogs or cats or small kids. A meet and greet is definitely required. She's located in Hawthorne, Florida. Contact Open Hands Animal Rescue. She's a beautiful dog. I heard she's a great dog, too, to have. And I'm going to go back to Smiley again. I've been talking about him for a couple of weeks now. He's a 5-year-old, friendly but timid. Never lived in a home. I really want to get this dog a home. He's never lived in a home before. He needs a patient person who will work with him and teach him how to be a dog, because he was in a cage and he's never lived in a home before. He needs a warm bed to lay on. And any of these dogs are all through Open Hands Animal Rescue in Ocala. If you cannot adopt one of these dogs and you would like to help them out and donate, they have Zelle, Open Hands Animal Rescue at gmail.com. Or you can go to their website and you could donate anyway. But they do so much for dogs in the whole Florida area, not just Central Florida. They drive everywhere to help these dogs. And that's why I'm so blessed to help them. So if you find it in your heart to donate to help them out, any amount would help them. But thank you so much. I appreciate everyone out there watching my show. I thank you so much for your support. And don't forget, coming up, I do not have a show on Sunday. My shows will be 2 shows. This is something that I haven't done. Coming up next week on Thursday, the 25th, John Benko will be live in Fatima. 4 p.m. I'm going to be on live with him, and he'll be walking around the site. He's going to have I think he's going to have somebody with him that's going to be talking about it. We're going to talk about the history of Fatima and everything. And then there's no show on Sunday. Monday at 4 p.m. he will be in Lourdes. I can't wait to see this because he's going to do the Rosary live there. It's going to be late at night there when he goes because he'll be in France for a while, but he's going to be later at night. But don't miss these shows because Lourdes is going to be great, especially. I want to see this one, 4 p.m. And then after that, my anniversary show will be on. I have about 25 people coming on. It's a 3-hour show. It's going to be a blast. I'm going to have all kinds of people coming on, singing music. They'll be talking. They'll be giving updates about everything. These are people that were on a year ago, up to 2 years and a year, people that I first interviewed. So, I really hope you guys could watch that. It's going to be broadcast everywhere. So don't forget, my new song will be out Tuesday, the 23rd, Jesus Infinite Love. And my new CD is on my website right now. You could get this right now if you go on there. 15 songs, and you'll be able to get it just on my website.